Can we all see my screen?
Yes.
All right. So I believe by now everybody have a GitHub account, right? Okay. As a developer, one of the tools that will be expected of you, like tools you must know how to use very well, is this git command. Though you can actually have the GUI type, but as for me, I will not recommend you to be using GUI application for GitHub. It won't help you. It won't help you. Even to be using the VS Code extension, GitHub extension, I will not still recommend that for now. Though there are some other VS Code extension you can be using, and there is no crime in using it, but just that I would not recommend it for now. So I want to log into the Berenia GitHub account. So this is Berenia GitHub account now. So these are the these are the few repo we have here. And okay, let me use this one. Let me not go to the organization account. No, you don't need this one for now. Let me just go to the normal repo. So this is how your GitHub will look like. These are the repository created here, the normal repository created on this account, and this is how it just look at. Then you can click on this button here. This is your profile icon here. Then you see other options like profile, repository, organization, project. When you click on this profile, it will show you, definitely it will show you your profile information, and this is it. So nothing much here. And when you click on when you go back and you click on repository, then you have the repository created here. Then when you go back and click on organization, it will show you the organization you are currently belonging in. So we have just one organization here, which have its own code base. So then after that, we have your project. If you have created a project, then it will be showing there. All right, so that's just the brief overview there. Let me go back to the normal one so that we can run quick tonight. So I'm going back to the repository now. You just have 3 here. Now let me quickly show you my repository. GitHub / I'm coming now. Should I log in? No. Code flag. So this is my name that's my username on GitHub. I think this one should load my account now. This is my personal GitHub account, and you can see my activities over times. You can see this place. These are my commits, push, and the rest. So if you want to see my repository, you click on that. Then you see, can you see that I have about 23 public repository, but in actual sense I have more than 23, but the private one you won't be seeing it. It's just because this guy, they are public, and that's why another person can see it. So then when you click on it, you can see my code, how I structured the code, how I wrote the code and everything. You will see it here. You will see that this is my code for this guy. I use Angular to write this particular project. You click on SRC, you will see different code here. Do you see that? And you can also, as well, if you need this particular code, let's say you go back and you just want exactly the same code, or you want to make adjustments on your own, you can actually pull or clone it. So if you want to clone the project, you use this guy here, but I don't want to start from here, so let's go back to the previous one here. So now this guy here, this is just the basic one we created here, not the main account for Berenia for repository. So now, what is repository? Repository is just like a kind of folder on GitHub that you put your file. You have all your code base, everything that you put it. So how will your file get to this repo here? So the first thing you do, you create your repository. You click on new. Are we together? Hello.
Yeah.
All right, so you click on new. After that, then you type your repository name. Can you see this guy here? Repository name. Then you type it. So all that, what I want to call this guy, I want to call it web uh, bootcamp. You see that? Now after that, now this mark here shows that what this, I've not used this name before in any of my repository. But if I've already created a repository with the same name, it will not be showing market, it will be showing the cancel icon. So you have to take note of that. Then after that, you can add description to your repo. What does it do? What this one about? So I can just start something. This uh, contain Berenia web development sample websites. Good. Sorry for that. Alright, can you see that? I just described what this repository is actually doing. But nonetheless, it can be more than this. You can have, I think, a full page description of what a particular project is doing. And then after that, you choose, is it public or private? Now when you choose private, you will be the only one that have access to that particular repository, meaning that if anybody try, if you send your repository your repo link or github link to someone to view it, they won't be able to see this particular repo you set to private. It's only you that have access to this private, and anybody won't be able to see your code. But when you choose public, anybody that have the link to your GitHub account will be able to see all your public repository, just like you see my own now, all my public repository there, and they can as well clone your code and make use of it, and anything they want to do with it, they can check it out, they can see the way you write the code and every other thing like that. So for now, I want to use public for this. Then after that, you can choose to add a readme file, but for now I will not be adding this readme file. I will just jump it. So then after that, now add .git ignore. What does .git ignore means? This git ignore will do that manually on our own end. When you are using a kind of node package like npm or yarn, and definitely you have something, a particular folder called node module in your project directory. So, and that particular file, you don't always need it, so there is no need of uploading it to your GitHub repo. So instead of that, we normally ignore it, and those particular file you specify it inside this .git ignore file. So let me just leave that for now. So alright, then you have different type of license. Okay, do you want to put a license to your repo? What type of license? We have Apache license, NWA license, MIT license. So for now, we're not going to the details of all these license, but you can as well go later and read about different license here. And I believe that you know that license, what license actually means. It actually talks about who can use, how they can use your code or your project, and if they use it, is there penalty or no penalty, and how they can manipulate it or change some things in your code and modify it. So just go and read about those license. Then after you are done, you click create. Mind you, here I decided not to click on the readme file and the .git ignore file there. So, and I choose my license, I just make it to be no, so I'm not choosing any license, so you can make it to be no. Then after that, you click create repository. You can see that's all. I just create this repository, I just created it now. So what next for me to do? GitHub always help us with some hints. So for you now to move on with this one, if you want to add it to your project, then this is the step to do it. You can see create a new repository on the command line. That's what we just did. So what you now do now, you go to your project here, you follow this step that they've aligned for you here. Now let's go to our project here. So this is our web bootcamp folder. Then I'll go to my terminal. Alright, so here in our terminal here, now we are in our project directly, which is web bootcamp. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
So now the first thing you do here is what GitHub have already suggested for you here, which is what git init, right? So you just come here, type git init. Now this particular git command doesn't really need internet. Either you are on internet or not on internet, you can use it. It will automatic. And before you do this one, you will ensure that you've already installed github on your machine, as on your what's it called, on your computer. So then after that, the next one is what you can add readme file. Readme file is actually a file that tells people about what your project does and how they can actually make use of your project if they want to make use of the project, what to take note and what to add or remove. So you can decide to add it, but it's not actually a must. It's not a must. You can just put it here if you want to add readme file. So let me just put it for the sake of this tutorial. Readme file, just add the readme file, did not merge any file. Okay, let's just lay down for now. So then after that, you have your git commit. Now before you use this, okay, this guy here, you don't need it for now because you have to add it, but you don't have this readme file. The reason why we are seeing this error here is saying what pass spec readme file did not match any file. What is actually saying that there is no readme file in our directory here, so we can't add it. So I will actually explain how we can do that later. So at this point now, for me, the first thing you do is to add your git repo. This repo we just created now, this guy here, just add it. And how do you add it? Just copy this guy here. You can see that git remote add. This word remote shows that what you're actually accessing your repo account remotely, and you need internet for this one to even work. So you just copy this guy, git remote add origin. Mind you, I jumped this git branch main because I'm not adding that branch yet. I don't want to use that main branch. So then you paste it here, then you click enter. So now we've successfully add our repo to this our project now. But how do we know that we've added it? Then you can use git remote, then hyphen, that's your flag v. You can see this now. It will show you the particular repo you have created and connected it to. But let's say we have another account. Maybe you have another github account. Let me create another repo now. I'm going back to create another repo so that we can use that one as a sample together. Repo, new. Okay, I'll call it sample website, and public, nothing else, create. So these are other repo accounts now. Mind you, we just added this guy here, this repo here. You can still remove it. You can remove it, and the command to remove it is git remote rm. Can you see that? Rm. Then you put the name of the repo you want to remove, which is this one we added to it. You can see that. Enter. Oh, what's it? No such name. Coming. This guy is not working. So what we do now to remove it, to set another one, let me copy this new guy here. You can use this copy here, and as well you can just copy this link, but this is the only thing I want to copy there, this guy here. So, and you can as well come to the URL here and do Ctrl+C to copy that guy, and after that you come back here, then use git remote set URL, then you paste the new repo and enter. I'm coming. So these are the links here, github. So if later, definitely you have this video later. So this guy, I will send it to the group later, these links and every other command we'll be using. So this is it. So this sets URL you are seeing here is actually to set this new repo that I just copy or created. And the essence is that if you want to change, probably you are working for a company and you are using your your personal repo to write the code, and when you've tested the code and the code is working, you now want to move it to the company repo account and the GitHub account, their repo. That's when you'll be using this type of method to reset it. No such repo. Wait, let's check. Where is it? Where is it now? Let me just copy this guy. Oh, sorry, did I use the word repo? I'm sorry. You are not using repo, sorry. It's origin I wanted to write. No mind it. Maybe it's because I was saying repo. Origin. Okay. Now we successfully said that. Then you can run the command again to check that previous command we used, which is git remote flag fill. Yes. You can see that what it has changed it from that first one to this other one, which is a sample website, and you can set that one back. Let's just copy the URL for that one. Is it? Let me just copy this guy, and then I will now type again git remote. This remote shows that you are actually connecting to the one on the internet on your main GitHub account. Remote set URL, then origin, then the remote name. That's all. It has set it. Now let's check again. This remote v. Can you see that it has changed it? So which means that if I'm pushing now, I'll be pushing to this repo and not the previous one that I added that I've removed or replaced. Is that clear? Hello, are we together? Alright, now there is this GitHub extension that I've already installed on my VS Code, and that's why you are seeing this guy here. Can you see that you are seeing number here? This is the number of changes that is in this my project that I have to commit and push to my GitHub account. That's why you are seeing this 31 here, and this is the GitHub extension. You can just search for it, go to your extension. Sorry, where's my extension again? Then type your git. You can use git lens. I have git lens installed. You can see them. This git graph, you don't need this for now, but we still need later. So this is what I'm using here: git lens and other one like git history and the rest. So you can use that one, but for now I'm not even using the extension itself. So after that you have done this, you have successfully add your repo to your project. Mind you, let me go back to the process. This is the first thing I did: git init. Then after that one, I didn't add this guy, I didn't do this guy, I didn't do this guy. Then I jumped straight to this one here. Do you see that? Git init. Then I had the repo. Then after that, I will now add my file. So now all these files here, they are not yet in your git in your repo. And another beautiful thing about this GitHub is that git rather is that you can add all your file. You can be committing locally. Locally means on your computer, without when you are not using internet. And when you are ready to push everything to internet, you connect your internet, then you push it to your remote. So now I've just done this. The next thing to do, if you want to check the branch, do we even have any branch at all? You use git branch. Now what is even branch in this git we are talking about? Now in your repo, you can normally we have main branch and we have master branch. So most people, they decide to use master branch as their base branch, while some people they use main branch as their main base branch. Now what does this actually mean? When you are deploying your project to your hosting service server, either your cloud hosting or your cPanel, everything, when you are deploying it, you have to specify the branch you'll be deploying. And when you are especially when you are collaborating on the same project, probably 3 or 4 people are working on the same project, you understand, and you want to each person, definitely each person, maybe you are working on one page, the other guy is working on another page, and you have to merge all these things together. So that's why you have to have one particular branch that all of you will be pushing your code to. But nonetheless, you have to branch out of the main code base do your own work on it. Then after you have reviewed your work and everything is working perfectly, then you will now create a pull request. Then probably your tech lead or the team lead will now review your code. After that, they will now merge it with the what, with the main base branch, which could be master branch or this main branch. So if you want to check the branch that is already in the repository, you can use git branch then -r, that's a flag. This r means remotely. We are checking the branch in the remote. So for now we don't have any branch remotely, and let's check for the branch we've created on our local system, because we can create branch on local system. I use L stands for local system, so click it, no branch yet, so which means that we don't even have any branch at all in this repo. So how do we go about it now? Now you have to add your file. You now use gstatus. Now this gstatus will tell you the changes you have made in your file that you've not yet commit. And what is commit? Commit just means like after you are done writing your code and you want to push it, so you have to actually add a kind of description of what you just did, you understand, before you push it. So with that one, your GitHub will be able to track it. Okay, at this also time you push this other code, and this is what you do, everything like that. So we'll get to that now. So gist status, this gist status will tell you the details of the changes you made in your file. You can see, can you see this one now? It's telling us that what, on branch master, no commit yet on track files. So which means that this guy has already created a branch for us, which is master, but not yet available on the remote. So these are the files that we have to push to our GitHub. You understand, the files and the folder. But for now, we've not really add them. So it gave us what, the hint of what to do. You can see that we have what, git add and file. So you can decide to be adding these files manually, one after the other. So if you want to do that, use git add, then the name of the file. Let me say I want to add this twin.html here now. I will now write twin.html. Then you do that. Can you see that it has added it now? So how do I know that this guy has added it? Then I can use git status again to check. You can see that what, this twin.html is now in a what, green color, while these other ones are now what, in red color, showing that what, this guy have not added them, but I've added this one now. You can see that at the top it's saying that changes to be committed, which means that I can push only this twin.html file now. It's only the thing inside this twin.html file that will be pushed to our remote, while other ones will still remain on our system but will not be available in our remote. And if you think that everything you've done, probably you think that okay, you want to push everything at the same time, you want to add all this file and you don't want to be doing git add and the name of the file one after the other, you can use git add, then you have capital letter A. This capital letter A means that what, you are adding all, and if you don't want to use -A, you can use just a dot, git add, then you put dot. This dot means that what, you are adding all the files too. So anyone that is convenient for you, but personally I found this dot easier. Git add, then put my dot, it will add all the files I said. So let me do that, git. So now it will add all these files, it has added them. So let's check again, git status. You can see now it has added all the files, including our images and the rest in their folders. You can see all of them. So now we've added all these files, and all these files, they are now ready for what, for commits. Like we can now commit them. So how do we commit this file now? Then you use the command called git commit. Git commit. You see that my commit is double M. Then after that you put your flag -m. And what does this one does? This -m, it shows that what, the message, the commit message. So you have to write a description of what you just did, the changes, you understand. So in this case now, git commit -m. So what I just did is let me write the test. This is my first commit with sample website code. You can see that I just describe what I just did now, and after that you click enter. Now when you are writing git commit, don't forget that flag -m here, the -m here. Don't forget this guy here, -m. And then after that, you are now what, we successfully commit our code to what's it called, to our repo now. But all this thing we did now is still on our local system, still on your computer. It's not yet. When you go here, when you come to this place now and check your repo here, what is it, what's the name of that guy again? I will go back. Where is it now? Okay, this is it. When we check it, you won't see anything there. The reason why you won't see anything yet, because you've not pushed it. So after you commit, the commit is still on your local system until you push. That's when the thing will now what, go to your remote repo, which is on your github directly. So let's do that. Git push. We'll see one error, but the error will actually tell us something. So now, what does this error say here? It said the current branch master has no upstream branch. To push the current branch and set the remote as upstream, use git. Now what does this actually mean? This actually means that what, this particular branch we are trying to push, it doesn't have any option. Like there is no how would I put it now, there is no base branch that we branch this master from. Like we don't really branch it from anywhere, it's the base branch. So because of that, we have to actually push it using set upstream origin master. So just copy this line of code here. I don't actually cram this because I know that when I do my git push, it will tell me this particular command. So copy it and paste it in your command line here, then press enter. Then you see what's happened. It will now push all our code to the git. Okay, I'm seeing one error here. It's saying that permission to Berenia web bootcamp.git deny to code flag. Why? Who is code flag? Please, are we still together? Hello? I didn't respond. Alright. Now, who is code flag? I'm actually the code flag. That's my own account name, the one I show you initially. So, because I don't have direct access to Berenia github, this Berenia github here, I don't have direct access to it. Because my configuration on this computer, I use my own personal account to configure my username and my email. I will show us how we can actually do that too. My username and my email. So I can't access this Berenia repo directly. Are we together? I can't access it directly. So for me to access it directly, they have to invite me to this repo. Let's say this is a company account and I'm using my own personal account now. I want to push to this repo, which is not my own GitHub account directly. So they will have to invite me to this project. How would they go about that? Now let's go to setting. So in case you create a repo and you want to add someone, probably when we group people to in the different groups, and we ask you guys to collaborate together on a project, and you are creating a GitHub repo. Maybe some volunteer to use his own account to create the repo, and you want to add other members to it, because other members, they will not be able to push to that your repo. So you have to invite them to the project. So how will you go about that? You go to these settings, then you see collaborators here, you click on it. Now before you can add people, you have to ensure that they have a GitHub account. Then you click add people. So what's my own name? You can invite people either through their email or through their username. So I want to use my username to do that. So you see code flag. Where is the guy? Alright, this is my account here. I click on it, add. So when you add this person to this repository now, you can see now pending invite, which means that what, they've sent me an invitation link on my in my Gmail account. So how do I go about that? Let me open my Gmail. Permit me to open another browser. Please, are we still together? So the person, this invitation that I just did to my own personal account now, I have to go and accept the invitation before I will be able to do anything. So I'm trying to open another browser here and log into my Gmail, so that I want you guys to see it. So I don't want to do it from my phone here. Why is this guy not showing? Come please. Okay, let me see if I can create a new. Okay, Google Chrome. All right. This is my personalized browser. Okay, I'm coming please. Just let me log into my Gmail account. Are we still together please? Don't mind my browser, guy is kind of slow a little bit. Okay, my updates. You can see here, Berenia invited you to Berenia Web Bootcamp. You can see that invitation, then I will click. There will be a link for me to accept it there. Can you see this? Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Alright, so now what do I do? You can now see this message. You can accept or decline this invitation. You can also head over to this to check out this repository of physics. So if I want to check it out, I'll just do that. So then the next thing I will do, I'll click on view the invitation, then accept. So I've accepted the invitation to that repo now, which means that I have the permission to push to this repo now. Let me go back to that other browser. You can see now. Sorry, it's still showing pending. Let me refresh it. You can see that pending has been removed. So we now the project now has one collaborator, which is me here. All right. So now, since I've been added to the project, now the next thing to do, let's go and try. Let me try and push again, then it should work because I've been added to the project. Git push offering. Can you see that it work? So I've been able to push to that repo because I have been added as a collaborator to that particular repo. So I have access to the repo. I can push to it. The same thing with private account too. When you create a private repo, you can still add people to it. Anybody you add to that repo will have access to the repo and they can push to the repo. So good. You can see this guy branch master set up to track, so which means that we've successfully pushed to our repo. So let's go to our repo and say it again. This is it here. You can see now all our files is now here on internet, so it will continue to be here. So if anything should happen to my system today, I can open another system, log into my GitHub account, and I'll be able to see all my files again. Hello, is this not beautiful? Now this Berenia account. Now let me go to my own account, my own personal account here. Let me just log into my GitHub. I'll refresh this guy self. You can see now the file is now showing on my own personal account here, so I can do anything I want with it from here, and I can go to the other account to do anything I want there. Who should I add to this repo? Did anybody want to join?
Yes, sir.
Who is that person? I don't know your name, please. Sorry, I'm not actually on the screen. What's the name? I mean your GitHub stuff. Let me go to this place and add you. Now I can't add another person from my own personal account unless I am made an admin. So it's only the person that created that repo that can add. Okay, rename templates. What do I want to do? I want to add collaborators. Alright, so now I want to add another person here. So let's check. No, that's not what I want to do there. Add people. Then I will now search for your name, Bashir, right? Sorry, which of the Bashir here? Am I correct? Which one is your own here, please? What's your username? Is that what you used to create the GitHub account? Your username?
Okay, I think the username is 69RC.
I should add that number to this word here.
Oh, no, just delete this one. Add 69RC.
69RC. Okay, this is it. Alright. So you get the invitation. Nice one. So after that is, who wants to join again? Sorry. You have to. Okay, what's your email? The email you used to create the GitHub, huh?
I use
Okay, Okiki Ayo 23.
Yes.
Seems this email is not okay. Agbaje plenty o. Agbaje plenty here o. Una plenty o. Let me look for Agbaje Fatima. No. How could it be this one? Which means that you've not set up your GitHub very well. You didn't remember your. Okay, any other person, I can't find you. You have to log in again. Get your username. Huh? What do you call it? Suvian, right? Now plenty here. Then I should add go to it. Oh, I can't hear that clearly. Let me just write good. Then is there anything like I can't hear you clearly, sorry. Can you speak louder? Okay, King Gold. The gold, is it together with Ivan?
Yes, it's together.
Okay, gold like this.
Yes, Sufyan.
Then Suvian. Okay, this is it.
Okay, I think this not the yes. I think
This is it now.
yes, this is it. This
Yeah.
one is my yes.
Alright. So any other one?
When I remember my
Okay, who wants to join again? Princess, you are not joining. Okay, what's the name? Okay, what's the email? You said OSAJW. Spell it again. KWP. Okay, E. Okay. Okay, this is right. Osakwe Lucky. Is this you? Alright. Alright. Now, every other person probably later so that we will not waste much of our time. And after that, we can also manage the repository here. So how do we manage it? Let me go up. So we can manage this particular default branch, is our base branch. So now all these people that have invited to this project now, if they want to work on this project, it will not be good for you to still be working on this master branch. So how do you work on this project now? You now go ahead, go to your after okay, let's say you want to clone it. So how do you get the project on your your local system on your computer? So you come to this place, you clone it. How do I do that? Okay, let me abandon this guy. I want to create a new folder and I want to clone this project to that folder. Open recent, no, open folder. Alright, so I will create a new folder here and call it github. Okay, let me say remote. No, let me use clone folder. Just name it anything. So now let's assume that though you've been added to the project, but how do you start to commit to the project or get the project file itself on your computer? So after you created this folder, go to the what's it called, your terminal. Then there's a command you can use to clone, and that's git clone. So let's git clone, sorry, what am I typing, origin, and the what's it called, the URL of that repo. Just copy the URL of that repo and put in front. Do you see that this was just git clone origin, then enter? You will see it will clone all those files to your system. What's the error saying? Any of the parent are legit clone. Why are we having the error? Are we together, please? I'm hearing background discussion.
Yes, sir.
What are we? Okay, so let me see what is causing the error here. Oh my goodness. Git clone. Okay. I made a mistake by adding those remote and the origin keyword to it. That was the reason why the thing was not working. So it has cloned our GitHub repo. Now can you see it here? This folder has been added. Web bootcamp folder. So, and all these files that I have on my system, you have it on your own local system there too. You can see it here. So which means that you already have all the GitHub repo in your system. So but you cannot continue in this clone folder. You have to move to this web bootcamp folder. How do you move to that folder? If you are using Windows, you cd the name of the folder, web bootcamp. So this will actually move us to that folder. Can you see that in my command line here? It has moved also this folder here. Then when you look at this bottom information on my VS Code here, you can see the master branch showing that what I'm on master branch. And if you want to know the current match branch you are working on, you can as well use git branch, sorry, and use L. That's on your local system. You can see that what master. Okay, let's check how many branches on the remote branch, and I have R. So that Ivan R is showing the remote one. So which means that what I have two branch on the remote, the master head and the origin master branch. Do you get that? So now, if you now want to start working on this project, what should you do? You create a new branch out of this. You branch out of this master. And how do you branch out of this master? You use git. You can use git checkout and -b. You see that this -b you added to this git checkout here is showing that what you want to create a new branch out of this master branch. Then you now write the name of your branch, the branch you want to call it. So let's say I want to call it develop. Most time when you are creating a branch out of another branch, it's always good to write the feature you want to work on. Use the feature you want to work on as the name. Don't use your name as the branch name. Always try to use, let's say I want to work on form now, maybe form page. I can as well use, say, checkout branch and use form. You can see that form page. So this is showing that what I'm working on, what on form page, but I can as well start with development. So I'm creating a branch called development. You can see that it has created the development branch for me, and it has successfully moved me to that branch also here. Switch to a new branch development. I swear this guy to you can see that it has been updated here, development. Alright, so if I want to go back to the master branch again, how do I go back to the master branch? Use this git checkout again. Git checkout without adding that -b to it. You write the branch name you want to move to. Sometimes you may be switching between different branches on your system. You can see I'm now in what branch master. Do you see that? Now when you check here, you see that the branch is what master here. So I want to go back to that development branch. So if I want to go to that development branch, because I've already created it, I don't need to put this -b to it again. So I'll just write git checkout development, and it will move me there. Okay, so I'm now in development branch. So now I can now start what to write my own code in the development branch. You understand? Any changes I make to this guy here, it will not affect the one in the master branch. So I can come to this place now and decide to change something here. What do I do? Okay, I'm coming. Let me do something quickly. Do something here. Okay. This folder will just clone now. Okay, I've seen it. This is the folder here. I want to run a page so that we can see what I'm talking about. What's in this place? This place is looking clumsy. Okay, we can still use that self. Sorry, please. Alright, so take for example now. This is what this page is showing here, and I just cloned this repo and I've created my own branch, which is development by name. So now what do I want to change? I want to change the background color here. So let me go and change the background color. I will now go to, let me inspect it first. So Toyin.css line 9. So that's where I will change the background color. Is that correct? No, I'm not sure. No. Okay, this is line 3. So I will now go to that line there. And then where is it? Line 3. Okay, so from here now I will now change the color to another thing. So I want to change the color to blue or this type of color and save it. So now I've made a change to that file, and let me run it on my which browser I'm even using to run this guy again. You can see that I've changed the background color. So this is the change I just made to this file now. So now I want to commit my change. When you look at this page now, this guy should be showing 1, but it's not showing. I don't know, probably my system is getting slower. So let me check git status. Can you see that? Showing that what I made a change to the CSS file, and that's why it's here now. So if I want to add this CSS file, if I want to push it now, I will now do git add dot. Then after that, it will add it. Then I will commit it. Git commit the new change. Sorry. Then you write your message. I change. No, don't use I when you are writing your comment message. Let's say doing page color change to violet. All right, that's my commit message. Then you click enter. Nice one. All right, so now after that you want to push it. Mind you, you just created development branch, and this development branch is not available on the repo on the remote yet. So how do you push it? Use that same method, git push. Now definitely to give you this message because we've not created it on the on the repo before. So you are just creating your branch, so you have to use this method, git push set upstream origin. So just copy that command, paste it there, and push it. So anyone that is invited to this project now will see the branch you just created now, which is development branch. They will see it on their hand. They can switch to that your branch and check the changes you made there. And this commit message, they will also see it there. Okay, it has been pushed now. Let's go back to our repo. Okay, as Berenia now, I want to check out. Let me refresh this page. You can see now this one is now showing how many branch? 2 branch. Let's click on this guy. So we now have 2 branch in our branch, and the first one is default one, which is master branch. That's our default branch. I will not be talking about the protection yet. Sorry. And the second one here, can you see that? Development branch. Okay, so let's go back. No. Okay, I'm back. All right, so now I can click on this guy. It will show me the 2 branch here. I have I can see development branch that someone just created now. I can click on it to switch it. Okay, what happened? See the commit message here. 20 page color change to violet. You can see that. When does this happen? 1 minute ago. Can we see this? 1 minute ago, and this one is showing 2 minutes ago timing when I commit the message. All right, so now, and where does the change happen? Inside the assets folder, which is my CSS file. So you can see that the commit message is actually showing here. All right, let's do another. Let's make another changes to it. Okay, now before we make another changes, let's check out our master branch. Does our master branch have that what's it called, the changes? Let's check. So let's check out of this branch, git checkout to where? To master branch. Sorry, are we still together? So let me refresh this page now. You can see that I'm checking out. It has reverted the change to master. Let's refresh this our page again and check. You can see the changes I made to that development branch doesn't affect my master branch. So this is the old code still there. Are we together? Hello? Anybody with me? Oh my goodness. All right, so now you can see how I made the changes and it doesn't affect the main branch. So after that, I will now let me check out to that development branch, git checkout development. So I want to create a new branch out of development branch now. Probably something happen, and I don't want the changes that I made here to be affected. So I want to try out something else from another. Maybe I want to make a change to my code somewhere. So but I don't want to touch this branch, this particular development branch. So I will now write another thing, check out, to create a new branch. Then you put your branch flag -b, then the name of the branch now, development slash copy. What happened? Oh, sorry, can't create that reference. So now development copy. Now this development copy branch name now is showing that what I'm actually copying from that. I want to create a copy of this development branch and make changes to it. Okay, so now we've successfully copied our, as in have a copy of our development branch here. So I cannot change any other thing I want to change. So let me add something to it. I'll go to my Twins HTML page here. Mind you, someone else can be working on the about us page. Another person might be working on gallery page. It doesn't concern me. The only thing I'm doing is just on this particular page. I will be pushing to the repo. So now I want to add another thing to this place. Let me say I want to add paragraph. This is a new change. Okay, and I want to add a style, background color to be white. Okay, save it and let's go and check it out. Can you see it here? Okay, this change we just made here it will not affect the one we did in our normal development branch and the master branch. This is solely on our development copy. But let's say after we have done, we've tested this part of the code here, the branch here, everything is working fine. I want to copy these changes we made here to our development branch. How do we copy the changes? Hello, are we together? Then we check out to our normal development branch. You will not be using this B flag again. Please always take note of that. The B flag is just for you to create the branch, but when you are just checking out normally, you don't need it. Alright, I'm going back to my development branch. Okay, I expect this guy to have changed, but don't mind, I'm already in that branch. So now how do I even know the branch I'm currently on now? If this guy is not showing here, how do you know the current branch you are currently active working on? You just use git status. Sorry, it's not git status, git branch and use L. That's to list out the branches on your local system. Mind you, you might have branches you created on your local system, on your computer, and it might not be on the repo directly on the internet if you have not pushed it to the internet. So you can have, that's why we are using this -L to show the one on the local system. You can see now we already have 3 branches: master, development, and development copy. And you can see the one showing green here is the active branch, the one I'm currently working on. Okay, let's see the branch on the main account, the remote branch. You will be seeing 2. You can see I just have development and branch with this one now, but I don't have development copy. Why? Because I've not yet pushed my development copy branch to the remote repo. You understand? To our repo rather. So that's why it's not part of the remote branch. Okay, so I know that I'm in development branch now. I now want to merge. I want to copy all the changes you made in this development back to this development copy back to the development. How do I do that? So you are copying from somewhere to, so you have to be in the branch you want to copy to. So I will now write git. There's nothing like git copy though, so don't make that mistake. So you use git merge, then after the word merge followed by what the branch you want to copy from. Development copy. Do you see that? Git merge development copy. I want to merge the code together. Enter. Now I've successfully merged them together, and you can see what the changes there now. So if I should run this development branch code now, which is here now, you will still be seeing the change because I've merged them together. So if you want to see the list of what the changes you've already made, I'm not saying git status now. Probably, let's say you want to see the changes you've made, you can use git reflog. This will list out all the commits you've made. Can you see that? I shouldn't have used this one now. Okay, let's just continue. You can see all the changes that I've made now, all the things that I've been working on, the commits that I've made, moving from development copy to development, all my activities. You can see everything is listed out here. So probably what I just did now, the merging that I did now, where is it here? Moving from this to this with this, checkout to each page change color, that's the comment I just did. And then I have I will see together, please. Moving from master to development, moving from development to master, all the way we've been changing and moving around. So probably you want to refat the changes. This is the most current one here, the first one at the top here now. The change we just made now by merging it together, probably you want to refat it. What you can do, you just copy this code here, you copy the head here, then after you copy it, then you use what is called git reset add, then the code here. Now what does this actually mean? Now probably you made a change that break the code. Before, people can log in successfully, but when you start working on that form page, nothing is working again, and they started complaining. You were the one that worked on that part of the code though. How will you change this thing? Were working before and this and that. How do you go back? How do you refat your changes? You can use this git reset. You just use git reflog to see how the changes were made. Then when you look at, okay, let me say okay, the changes I did, well, probably I want to refat before this check move from development to master. No, now this commit I did here now, Tony page color change to violet. I want to go back to the head before that commit, which is this one here. So I want to refer the changes to 5D 5AB18. So let's quickly do that, and git reset add. It will clear the code and refat the changes. Can you see that it has removed that changes here? So which means that what if you have such scenario that you did something and you don't even know what you did again, but you just know that things is not working again, and you want to go back to your previous what's it called, the one you did before you started making those changes, that's when you use this git reflog and git reset add. Is that clear? So now we've used git merge, git push, git status, git reset. Okay, there's another common one that I've not even talked about, that's the git pull and git fetch. So now let's say someone made the changes from, you are two persons working on a particular branch, and the guy now told you that, oh, I've made the changes and you don't have the changes on your computer yet. How do you get the changes from your own end? Then that's when you now use git fetch. Now git fetch and git pull, they are almost the same thing. The difference between the two is that when you use git fetch, it will only fetch the changes from the server, I mean from your GitHub repo, now the new change from the repo, and fetch it to your local system, but it will not merge it with the one you already have. But when you use git pull like this, git pull will copy all those changes on your repo and merge it to your local code. So it will now look as if what the change the other person has done in his own end is now on your system. When you use git fetch, it will still be on your system, but you won't be seeing the changes in your code. But when you use git pull, it will reflect in your code the changes, and even you can be able to see what the name of the person that made the changes. Do you get that? Hello?
Hello, sir.
All right, let me quickly show something here from one of the projects I work on. I will not show you some project. I'll just show you one project like that. Which one can I show you here? Which one can I show you? All right, let me type. Let me get some project like that. B2. Okay. No, 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 no. Ah, my goodness, my goodness. Okay, let me just quickly use this. Now look at this app project. I was not the only one that worked on this project. So I will show you some part of the code, and you'll be able to see those people that have worked on it. How many branches are even in this project now? Git branch,